Hello, everybody. How are you guys? It's so good to see you. How are you doing tonight? Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, Sharon Sipe, for always being the first person here and to turn the lights on and to put the chairs out. Really appreciate it. Sharon's always here to get the refreshments ready. Thank you so much. Good to see you guys. Hey, everybody. Yes, I see you guys. Wow. So you guys are talking about the weather. Well, I know in Florida, they have an iguana watch because it's getting so cold. The iguanas are falling out of the palm trees, which really does happen. And down here in Texas, we are, 40s and upper 30s at night, which is a little bit unusual. So yeah, we're all having some cold weather this winter. So good to see you guys. Thanks for joining, everybody. Hey, everybody. Yep, I see. It's freezing in Louisiana, Sherry. That ain't right, is it? Maybe it'll kill the fire ants and the mosquitoes. Absolutely. Yes. So, hey, you guys. So I think what we're going to do today is wait for everybody to get here. Everybody else. So I don't have to keep repeating myself. But I want to start off by talking about politics. And then we'll do politics for maybe 30 minutes. And then we'll switch to personal questions. I really want to help you guys with your personal questions tonight because really and truly, that is where our power is. What we can do in our own lives is so important, right? If you are happy and well-adjusted and feel some energy, you're a lot more likely to go out and block walk for your local politician or your national politician, right? So let's do politics first, and then I really want to help you guys with your personal questions. So I know I have some questions on my site on the community page that I can look at. But what do you guys think about? I guess what I really should do is just talk to you guys a little bit about what's going on with Ukraine, although everybody is still flowing in, and I know everybody's going to ask me this same question in 5 minutes. Thank you, Linda. I hope you do subscribe. We have a fun group here. It's a fun place to hang out. I guess you guys heard by now that Biden called Ducey an SOB on a hot mic. That guy, I don't know, he's been in public office for a long time. You think he would learn to just zip it until he gets, away from a microphone. Oh, you're welcome, Meg. Thank you so much for thank you, Gina. You guys are so awesome. So great. Yeah, Michael, it's on the video. There's a lot of videos featuring him saying that. The one that I saw, I'm not sure if it was Ducey, the one that I saw, he said, yeah, like that's a good idea. Something about inflation. Yeah, like that's a good idea. Stupid SOB. Like somebody had a question like to rebuild the country on the inflation. And Biden was like, yeah, like that's a really brilliant idea. Right. He is an SOB. I know. I agree. But for me, I was chuckling. I thought it was great, but we get into trouble because, Biden said that he wouldn't disrespect anybody. And so now they trot out our own words against us. So, we look none so good. So I would just rather Biden not do that. Yeah, stupid son of a SOB. Right, exactly. Oh, yeah, I know, Sherry. That's you. I love him for that. The first time I remember noticing Joe Biden, because I'm down here in the South, and so I didn't really know that much about him because he's a Northeastern guy. It was during the debate of the presidential election where Obama was running for the first term. and Joe Biden, and there they all were, lined up, and Obama was next to Joe Biden, and Joe Biden just didn't hear the question, or he wasn't paying attention, or I don't know what he was doing, but he got called to answer the question, and he didn't know the question. And I'll never forget this. Obama kind of sidles over to him, to Biden, and goes like this in his ear and tells him what the question is, and then goes back. And I'm like, man, what an upstanding, cool thing to do to help your opponent out. But I mean, it sort of illuminates two things. It illuminates that Biden is just kind of spacey sometimes, like he just wasn't paying attention. And secondly, that Obama was a stand-up kind of guy. So, Amy, I was hoping to do political first and personal second, but you guys, I don't see a lot of political questions in here, so I might flip that around and do personal first. I'm definitely going to be giving some readings here tonight, some personal information. I'm happy to do it. Yeah, Biden, if we could only see what he knows, if we could only see what he sees, right? It would curl our toes, right? We would freak out. So he just knows so much more than we know. Yeah, I agree, Sherry. It's almost like they're brothers. Yeah, they have a good relationship. Is Cinnamon having an affair with a Republican? It might be past tense because I heard yes and then no. When I do that, that usually means that it's complicated. It's not a yes or no answer. It's complicated. So it might be past tense. Okay. But I heard a yes, but it's like a qualified yes. Okay. Right. This is a great question, Laura, excuse me. Representative Henry Cuellar, guilty of what the feds are investigating him for, dark money. Okay, great. I just heard. It doesn't matter because I heard it's a setup. He's been set up. He has been set up. Now, I'm not a fan, y'all, okay, for real. I'm not a fan of this guy. He votes with the Republicans. What is it with you Democrats? He votes for the Republicans, especially on abortion issues, okay, because he's from a conservative Hispanic district. That is the thing. He feels like he needs to do that to win his district, okay? But I think he votes with the Republicans a little more than he needs to be honest with you. So I'm not a fan of his. But all the same, I'm getting that he is being set up. Look, we've talked about this for months. I feel like years. I feel like it's been years that, Putin has the goods on people. This is why you see people like McConnell say terrible things about him or about Trump, and then the next day do an about face, a 360-degree about face, and then say the opposite, because they're like, hey, here's the goods I've got on you. You sure you don't want to reframe what you said? So this is right up their alley, and it's right up Putin's alley to be dropping sort of little bombs in the Democrats in the middle of this investigation of Trump. Terry, that's true. That is a really good point. Trumpers love Trump because he says what's on his mind, but then when Biden does it, they cry. I mean, they are the biggest snowflakes for real. I'm just going to throw this in here, Amy, really quickly. Not sure if I asked on your community page. Okay. I want to know if I should get a new job after having worked at the same one for 18 years. I feel like I need a change. Yes, you're going to get a new job and you're going to make more money. It's going to be the same but different. If that makes any sense to you, the same but different a little. So it's going to have a different feel to it, a different component to it. And you are going to get a new job and you are going to make more money. So yes, sayonara to them. Yes. Thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Thank you for joining me tonight. You guys are still pouring in. The doors are open. Sharon Sipe was here early with the refreshments. Help yourself to some lemonade and cookies. It might be spiked though. I'm just saying. Okay, so what is this question? Yeah, cinema's been censored. Paul says we love Biden, but realistic about him. The guy's got a few limitations. He ran for president a few times. I know, right? He was supposed to be our president. I definitely think so, but it's interesting, isn't it? Terry asked, will Trump rat out Kavanaugh and Amy? Did you guys hear my friend? I was just talking to my friend, and she said that Trump said that that Don Jr. is the one that should go to jail, not Ivanka. So of all the kids, Don Jr. is the one that should take the rat. My God. Wow. Okay. So so let me see. Will Trump rat out Kavanaugh and Amy? He doesn't need to. They're not going to help him. Okay, that wouldn't help. What they're telling me is that's not going to help him to rat them out. It doesn't help. All they just keep saying is it doesn't help him. Now, will he rat Rudy out? Yes. Will he rat out Roger Stone or Miller or Flynn? Yes, 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 yes. Will he rat out his son? Yes. But I don't think he's going to rat out them because for some reason, the guides are just saying that's not going to help him. I don't know why. What do I see about Barr? I just saw something. Barr. What's going to happen with Barr? He's going down. They just said he's going down. That could be that. It could be that he's got problems. I mean, he's got problems with foreign actors. He's got problems with foreign actors. He's got problems with people not from this country. He's got problems. I mean, I'm telling you things that aren't going to be. You're not going to be reading about this on the news. You're not going to be hearing about this in the courts. This is going to be taken care of on the down low. Okay. So that's a problem that he's got right now. Barr may find that it's safer for him to be in jail, or he might find that it's safer for him to have protection, be in the witness protection program or something. So he's got problems. And he's tied up. They're showing me he's tied, like his hands are tied, like they're limiting his ability to do things. Hey Sharon, good to see you. Strawberry rhubarb tarot is in the house. I'm just gonna mix it all up, guys. We're gonna throw all the questions in a blender and we're gonna flip back and forth. So CL says, how should I go about dealing with my stepmother in the house and the car? Are you sure you want the advice? It doesn't include a shovel or a bag. I'm just telling you, it doesn't include that. You may have to walk away. You may have to walk away from something. I know you don't want to walk away. This is not Susan. I would tell you, get the shovel, get the bag. That's why you guys don't get readings with me. You get readings with your guys. But yeah, you may have to walk away from something. They're telling me for you to step back, you may have to get attorneys involved. You may have to get some distance from this and let somebody else deal with it. Maybe it's another family member. Maybe it's a brother or a husband or an arbitrator or an attorney. It's you need to like get out of that because it's not working. It's not helping you. It's not helping the situation. She is vengeful, they just said. So you want to cool it off. When you're around, it makes the situation worse. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not agreeing with her, remember? But that's what they're telling me, okay, dear? But if you can just get some distance from it, I think you'll be better. You'll deal with it better. I did record my personal readings. I offer you guys to record them. I did record them, but it got to be like a full-time job getting the recordings downloaded and uploaded and sent. So I'm not doing that, but I welcome you guys to do it. Let's see what else you guys are talking about over here. Oh, yeah, see, Celtic. I don't know how to say the last part. Is it Tuatha? Tuatha? Did Trump start planning the insurrection shortly after he was elected? No, he didn't. He didn't. You're giving him way too much credit. Way too much credit. He spent most of his presidency trying to defend. I mean, what they're showing me is defend his companies, keep his money, make money, and go after people that have done him wrong. So he didn't start planning it shortly after he was elected. He started planning it. They started talking about this. They just told me in June. In June, before the November election, Miller. Who's the Mark? Is it Mark Miller? Who's Mark? Mark somebody. Mark Miller told him you need to prepare. You need to create a backup plan in case this doesn't go the way you want it to go. So they actually started talking about it in June. Let's see what this question says. And thank you, dear Spirits Beyond Stars. What was Mitch McConnell and Supreme Court Judge Thomas and his wife went to the convention this weekend with the rest of the GOP's convention for right military and the Oath Boys. What was Mitch McConnell and the Supreme Court judge and his wife? I don't really understand your question, but I think you're saying, why did they go? Maybe. They're owned. These people are owned. Mitch McConnell, Judge Thomas, Jenny Thomas. I already did a video where I discovered that Judge Thomas was a white dude in a previous life, and this is part of his thing, part of his reason why he acts the way he does. But Jenny Thomas is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, okay? I mean, that woman is really, you can go all the way back, back in her history and see the people that she was aligning with. And she's very much like Trump. She very much, you're a foe or a friend. And if you're a foe forever. And she will forever be trying to undermine you. You're an enemy for life. So that is her attitude about things. They're there at the convention because of the money. Because of the money. There's also some planning. I just heard there's some planning going on, which is weird. Mitch McConnell's too smart to be caught up in planning. He's not going to be caught up in the planning. But Jenny Thomas, definitely. Definitely. Linda says, are they ever going to be able to stop the fool aid dispensers? The information, lying, conspiracy, propaganda. This is the biggest thing that we have to work on. This is the biggest thing that we have to work on as a country. It doesn't matter how many people we elect if we have this undercurrent of, sort of where these people are being, rung up, they're being co-opted, they're being blackmailed. And then they're also just being, brainwashed. So until we get a handle on that, we're really going to have, this is a big deal. To me, this is a war that Russia, there's Russia, China, and Israel. That's just what I've always gotten, for entertainment purposes only. But these countries, for whatever reasons, have their own sort of propaganda thing going on. And we will get rid of it, but I don't know if we're going to get rid of it soon enough. Yeah. So let's see. That question was the thing about Roe, Michael says, is Roe going to be overturned this summer? Quite possibly. I heard a yes. Now, here's the thing. Biden could appoint some new Supreme Court judges. I mean, there's things that can happen. All the cards are not on the table yet. Okay, so I can't tell you exactly what's going to happen if people still have cards that they haven't played yet. Biden has a card he can play. Also, all of us have seen 2 or 3 justices going out. So I feel like there's going to be some big shakeups. If Roe gets voted down, the Supreme Court will be constituted, as it were, and it will come before the Supreme Court again, and it will go back up again. It's not going to stay down forever. It's not going to stay down forever. That is not going to happen. We may have a defeat. We may have that. But the guides keep telling me, when are humans going to act? When are they going to act? When are they going to get in the streets? When are they going to start just really raising Cain? Until we start doing that, then nobody has any real compunction to act. We're not putting a lot of pressure on our Democrats. We're not. So they think everything's hunky-dory. We have put up with an immeasurable amount of BS, and we're still putting up with it. For instance, the DOJ, why aren't they doing something faster? Why aren't they moving faster? Right? So I think in some ways, the universe is like, well, let's see what they do. Let's see how much they'll take. Right? I mean, I'm being completely honest with you. Yeah, I think Trump has already tried to flee the country. I think one thing I think that Biden is doing exceptionally well, and to a degree the DOJ, is that they have put the kibosh on a lot of things that would have already happened. A lot of attacks from our fellow Americans, different things like that. Biden has really put the kibosh on that, stopped that. That's what I said earlier. There's so many things that he knows and he sees that we don't know and we don't see. And it would curl our toes. It would just blow our minds, right? So I think Trump has tried to do this, and I think that he understands that he can't do it. I think that Biden has, I think the DOJ has assigned a task force, like SEAL Team 6, like a task force to him. And they monitor his movements. That's what they just told me. So I don't think he's gonna make it if he does. It's really who I think is gonna flee is Ivanka's husband, because he's dual citizenship in Israel, and I think that he could go on business and just not come back, especially if Don Jr. or somebody gets charged. Right? That's the shot across the bow that's going to change everything. All right. Let's say Susie wants to know, do you see the Iowa Governor Reynolds in trouble soon? She's looking stressed about something. She's not a good person. I know she's not a good person. That's a nice way to put it. She's not a good person. Yes. Reynolds, is she in trouble? Yes. They're saying she's in trouble. Has something to do with a man, her husband, her son, a business investor, or her what do you call those people? Like her aide, her top aide. And this is weird, but it also could have something to do with livestock. So I'm getting beef, livestock problems. So I don't know if she's invested in something or she's given some rancher something that, some favorable thing, land use, land rights, water rights. She has done something that is unethical. Okay. And will she be found out? I mean, what the thing that's really irritating you guys is these days, Republicans do unethical things and they don't step down. They're just like, whatever. Texas's, our top attorney, our attorney general, has something like 5 federal indictments against him. 5 federal indictments, and he's still running for office. Are these people just, I mean, they just don't care. It's like the law doesn't matter. So my question would be, will she resign? Because they don't want to resign. They just act like they didn't do anything wrong, despite all the proof to the contrary. Trump is a good case of that. It's a scandal. It's a scandal. I don't know if she's going to resign. She might, after a lot of problems, she might resign. She doesn't want to, but they got the goods on her. It's pretty clear. I don't, Miss Charlotte, she says she'd like to know if T tried to start a nuclear attack, regardless of the fact that he didn't have real codes. Did he make an attempt anywhere? I think he made attempts all the time. I mean, maybe not nuclear, but I think he told his generals to go do something. You know, we need to drop a bomb here or do this or do that. And his generals did not pay him any mind. They literally just didn't do what he wanted them to do. I don't think he ordered them to do a nuclear attack, but I think he talked about it. So yeah, what's up with Clarence Thomas? Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. He's always been this way. This is nothing new for him. And Jenny is did you guys know, I'm going to tell you something interesting about the Supreme Court. They don't have to recuse themselves. There's no watchdog. There's no law, there's no nothing. They're supposed to recuse themselves. They're supposed to police each other, but they don't have to recuse themselves. So here we are, same thing we just talked about. All these Republicans acting like the law does not apply to them, or the whatever the precedent is, whatever's happened in the past, it doesn't apply to me, right? So I do see. Will Clarence Thomas be gone within a year? Is that by the end of December, by the end of this year, or a year from now? Will he be gone? See, I get upset when my guides tell me things I don't want to hear. I do. I really do. So, okay, let's change the question. Not gone, because we need to be very specific. Will Clarence Thomas be removed or leave the court, the Supreme Court, by December? I'm hearing no. And that really makes me very upset because I really thought he was going to be gone. Could something change? Yes. They said yes, something could change. But as it is right now, the energy right now is no. If somebody pulls again this ace out of their pocket that nobody knows about, and they decide to play it. See, here's the problem. I know they have aces in their pockets. The guides show me they have aces in their pockets, but they have free will about whether they'll play the ace in the pocket. And Biden is an institutionalist. He doesn't want to blow up our democracy in that way. He doesn't want to blow up the Supreme Court. He wants everything to go back to the way it was. You know, with precedents and gentleman's handshake or gentleman-woman's handshake. He wants it to go back to that. It's not ever going to go back to that. The Republicans are never going to go back to that. This is an arms race, you know, and we're losing. So somebody could bring something out. He could have a health issue. Wants to know, should she help her oldest sister Donna? She doesn't want to get stuck into a family drama. Yikes. See, again, something I don't want to say. You can help her without getting stuck in the family drama. This is an opportunity for you to learn boundaries. So yes, you can help her, but you have to have strings attached. I can help you this much for this long, right? An end date and an end amount, okay? But yes, they're saying yes, you can help her. And I was going to say no, but the guides overruled me. All right. Sandra says, what does my career path look like? It's pretty broad, Sandra. I don't know if I can do that in a really quick, like boom, boom thing. If you said, I'm currently on this path, should I stay on it? I can tell you yes or no. But when I'm doing these really quick things, I can't do it. I can't be that vague. Diane, your heart health is fine. It's healing and fine. Guys, let's try to get along in the chat. Okay? For real. Don't make me have to start removing people. Just if you don't agree, just don't talk about it. Okay? If you don't agree, just don't talk about it. There's no reason that we need to put one opinion over someone else's opinion. All right. So will Biden ever figure out that Mitch McConnell's wife was the one that stopped the shipping that is coming? Yes, Biden knows all this. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Biden's got dossier this big on her and one 5 times bigger on McConnell. He doesn't, I'm telling you guys 1,000 times, Biden has all he needs to put these people either out of Congress or in jail, or at least have an indictment so that a court can make a decision. Okay? He doesn't want to do it. Listen to me. He doesn't want to do it. Because if we throw 10 senators or 5 senators or even 3 senators before a court judge, it's going to create havoc in the United States of America. All those crazy Trumpers are going to get out on the street. We know what they got. We know what they have in their basements and their garages. And they're going to get out in the street and make our lives really ugly. Okay? And that's what Biden is trying to do. He's trying to weigh it. It's the image they keep giving me is the runaway bus. America is a runaway bus. We have no brakes. And he's trying to slowly let it be out of control, but let it come to its own stop, instead of maybe crashing into the barrier and stopping all of a sudden, right? Now, I don't know if I agree with that or not, but this is what he's doing, okay? He does have all this information. You better believe he does, and more. He's just trying to keep everybody from, he's trying not to make it any worse. He knows so much more than we do, you guys. Angel, it's your guides, not my guides. So what are your guides? Yes, you said your guides. I'm sorry. What do your guides want you to focus on while your husband rehabs of the broken femur? If you ever ask your guides what they want you to focus on, it's always you. They want you to focus on you. So they're talking about walking. Do you like to walk? I'm feeling like they want you to have some time. I feel like maybe there's a lot of closeness now that he's in the house and you're in the house and everybody's in the house, and you might feeling a little stuffy. You might want to do something for yourself. Take a class, take some walks, get that hobby. Get your hobby. You had a hobby that you used to do that you felt like became too much. But you can always go back to that hobby and dabble in it. You don't have to let it consume your life again. I'm going to have to start skipping ahead because I'm way far behind on the comments. But DeJoy, Biden has to appoint those 2 new people, and I don't know what is taking so long. I feel like it's a administrative thing. It's some kind of administrative thing. Again, it's Biden. He's got the rule book. He's got the rule book out, and he's like, on page 250, it says this is how we have to do this. He's going to go by the book, while the Republicans are not going by the book. So we're at quite a disadvantage, right? Which is better? I don't know. What is better, to throw out the rule book and be like the Republicans? Because I'm beginning to think so. Because if we threw the rule book out and we just did whatever we wanted to do, like they're doing, it wouldn't take very long before the Republicans would come to the table and say, we got to have rules, right? They would come to the table and say, okay, we need rules. Let's get some rules. Okay. So I really think we're going to have to just get in the mud with them and prove that we'll get in the mud with them, play the game their way so that they can see that we're not always going to take the high road while they knock our feet out from under us every single time. It's not working, folks. It's not working. Our democracy is broken. So maybe we need to do that. Job-wise, your hubby needs a point in a direction job-wise. Again, it's kind of hard to do a big, broad thing like this in a very quick manner. But let me just see really quickly. Why am I seeing yellow? I feel like I'm seeing construction. I feel like I'm seeing a warehouse. I feel like I'm seeing a dock. I feel like I'm seeing one of those yellow forklifts or something. But I feel like maybe he could do management of a dock or inventory, or he doesn't have to drive the thing. He could be working in a place that has one of those things. But I'm also drawn to outdoors a lot when I think about your husband. I see art. I see creativity. Right. So I see his problem. I mean, he's got, an interest over here and an interest over here. He's got very wide, he could go any number of directions, right? One thing I don't think he likes is corporate world. I don't think he likes to be in a fluorescent room office all day. I don't think that feels good to me when I'm in his body. That's why I think he's trying to do something wildly different. Like, I just want to try something completely new because I don't like what I've been doing. Okay, here's the advice. What does he like and what does he does? So instead of looking for a job, instead of saying, I don't know what career to go into, what you do is you break it down to very simple steps. Do you like to be outside? Do you like to work as part of a team? Do you mind noise? Because like this loading dock could be very loud. That might be that wouldn't work for some people, right? Do you like to have a certain schedule? Do you mind working in the evening? Do you mind working in the morning? Do you want to be working by yourself more, or do you want to be working in a team? See, when you answer all these questions, then you find the job that matches those things that you like. So those are core things that make you happy or don't make you happy, right? I tried to work in the corporate world for like 5 years. And after like, I don't know how many meetings, I finally said in the elevator, when you guys figure out what you're going to do, let me know, because I'm a doer and I'll get it done. But I can't sit through these meetings while you guys talk about it. For them, that they enjoyed talking about it. That was, fun, I guess. I don't know. I'm like, let's make a decision and let's get it done. Right. So, find out what he wants, what he likes. Okay. A buyer's market, spiritual awakening wants to know, we have a problem with housing market, guys. I put this on my community page. Interest rates are going to go up. I mean, they may go up over 4%, maybe 4.5, 4.8. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's like, that's the rates you pay if for an investment, so having those rates are going to put a chilling effect on the housing market. Okay. It's going to put a little chilling effect. It's not going to crash it. It's just going to plateau it. And then people that can somehow get an extremely good rate, you have very, very good credit, or you have cash, it becomes a market for them. So this is what I was saying also my in the community page. If you are looking for a house right now might be a really good time to buy it, especially since winter is a better time to buy anyway. The rates are still reasonable right now. Come this late summer, I expect the rates to really go up. There might be 2 rate changes in 3 months from the Fed. And so, you're going to pay a little more for it. So if the house pricing drops a little bit, then the interest rates go up. Then it doesn't really matter, right? When is it going to be a buyer's market? I don't see it being a specific buyer's market across the country. For a while, for maybe almost a year. Now, there might be little pockets. But overall, I don't see that happening. Will Gary Chamberlain win his election? I'm getting that yes, no. That means there's not enough data. That doesn't. If he wins, is he going to win? He might win. He's building. He's slowly building momentum. He might win. Yeah. I think that's better than I originally got. Kelly says, will I sell my business this year? I don't know about that, Kelly. Will you sell your business this year? It's complicated. You can, but I'm not sure you want to. I'm not sure that the terms are good. I'm not sure. Let's see. You need to go back and make sure. I know people say, oh yeah, I want to sell this. I'm ready. I need to sell this. I'm ready to sell this. But when I'm in your energy, I feel a little reticence. There's a little something. It might be tiny, but even that much energy can hold you back. So you need to make sure you're really ready to sell. Now, what does that mean? You might say, I'm ready to sell, but I have some concerns about what I'll do after I sell. Well, see, those concerns to the universe means you're not really ready to let go, right? So if you can do the happy dance, like you have sold the business and you can do the happy dance in your living room, like tomorrow, pretend, then that will show the universe that you're in resonance with selling the business. And yes, I think you can sell it possibly by August. Yes. I'm going to scroll down past a few people. I'm sorry if I miss your question, but I have to keep moving. Paul says, should I start a psychic channel? It's a bit scary. It's not scary. Look at all these wonderful people in the chat that are supporting me, and they'll support you too. Yes, I think you should. I mean, we're all different. You know what I mean? We all have a different little bent to ourselves, to what we do. Yeah, Paul, I think you should. Carolyn says, should I look into government work? I heard a no immediately. Are you looking at a contractor, as a contractor, or as a government employee? I got to tell you, I heard a no. I think I know you want to do it because you want the stability and we all want the benefits, right? I mean, it's not usually the best paying jobs out there, but you get better benefits and stability. But I feel like it's kind of soul killing. I feel like it's, you know what I mean when I say soul killing? I feel like it doesn't make you happy. Oh, okay. Is Gary Chamberlain is the guy who did the the pot smoking thing. He very well may. I just said it earlier. He very well may. He's actually picking up momentum. I think all those people that don't typically vote are like, what? A politician that's doing something different? He very well may surprise people. Seascape wants to know, will I have the finances to retire in the next year? Yes. Now, next year is not, it wouldn't be December, it would be January of next year, right? Like a year from now, in the next year. Yes, they're telling me, yes, you're probably going to do some other thing. You're going to augment your retirement with some other thing, which is fine because you're happy to do that and it's just part time. Um, oh my God. Oh my God. I'm glad I didn't see that. My eyes would have been burned out forever. Why did the Russian embassy publish that nude photo of Lindsey Graham in a swimming pool? Was it a threat? There's really a nude photo of Lindsey Graham in a swimming pool. Oh my God. This year is going to be insane. Of course, Kate, everything about them is a threat, you know. What everything they do is a threat. Let me talk to you for a minute about um, why Putin has all those troops on the Ukraine border, right? Of course, he wants the Ukraine. He wants the USSR back again. He wants all the pieces back in his little kingdom. Okay. Yes, he does want that. But what he really is doing is saber rattling. What he's really doing is creating havoc. Is he not? Just today, there was a video that showed the German um, naval, whatever, the head of the Navy, talking to an Eastern Indian group and saying that Ukraine is over and why are we even talking about it? Of course, it's Russians. We need to move on. That's Germany. Well, he lost his job. Now, also, Germany doesn't want to join in with NATO and protect Ukraine because they get a big whopping percentage of their gas, their natural heating gas from Russia. So, what is he? A week ago, we didn't even know. We didn't even know that Germany felt like this towards Ukraine. Today, we know. Meanwhile, Biden has sent over arms, ammunitions, and potentially has put troops on alert. That's going to mess up Biden's, America. I mean, everybody's going to be saying something about that. It's going to cause a lot of infighting in America, right? So look what he's done just by putting troops outside of Ukraine. He's basically destabilized the world. He's destabilized us. Now, if he really wanted to take over Ukraine, he could simply do one of his normal things that he does and poison the president, poison a bunch of people, and have his stand-in people just jump in and take over. You know what I mean? And make it look legal even. Come on, this is how he does things. These troops things, this is just to jack us all up. Because that's what he does. That's what he does, you guys. He is the one behind this disinformation campaign. He's got us all fighting against each other. And now he's taking it to the world stage. So, will those troops go into the Ukraine? Yes, if it's easy and it doesn't cost him a lot of money or casualties, yes, he'll do it. But he would rather draw us into the mess. This is what this is meant to do, is to draw all of us into it. It just drives me crazy. So anyway, all right. Anikala World says, I do want to retire, but if I do, Social Security would take a big chunk of my money for retiring early. Should I be able to afford and move to Mexico? To New Mexico, not in Mexico, New Mexico. I got to be honest with you. I mean, your guides are saying you're not going to retire. You may retire from this job or this industry. You're wanting to make yourself new. You're wanting to make a new version of yourself, right? You're wanting to move to New Mexico. You want a fresh start. You want to remake yourself, and that's fine. Be smart about it. Be smart about it. There's things. There are talents. They're telling me there are talents that you have that you don't think are talents, that you don't think are marketable, that are marketable. And you can use those talents to make money. I feel like it's clerical or online or something like that. They're telling me you're very smart and you're very savvy. So I hope that helps. I think that you can retire from your job, but you're going to remake yourself. That's what they're telling me. Yeah, Anita. Yeah, he is distracting us. Absolutely, he's distracting us. It's like smoke. It's like a smoke bomb, right? And look over here while I go over here and do these things, right? But mostly it's about destabilizing Biden with this whole thing with Trump, right? That to look over here at this. Stop paying attention to all these things with Trump, right? It's the same thing with Henry Cuellar. We just talked about that earlier. The Texas guy who is being investigated for dark money. I think he's a House of Representatives. It's a setup. It's a setup for him. That's what they told me. And I don't like that guy. I mean, I'm just telling you, yes, he did a little bit, but he didn't do what they said he did. And they're going to set him up. So there's a lot going on. Steve Bannon is they're telling me he's a player. They're telling me he's playing. He's you know what I mean? He's maneuvering. He's manipulating. He's manipulating. He still has plays, meaning he still has plays to get things done. He's the one out of all of them, even more than Barr, that knows like where all the stuff is. He knows all the bad stuff. And God, that makes me so mad. And again, it's back to this thing that Biden. Okay, so if somebody knows what your weakness is, if your enemy knows what your weakness is, it's over. Game over, right? So Bannon knows that Biden doesn't want some of these things to get out. He would buy go away. He doesn't want to see the democracy or the Congress of the Senate. Okay? He doesn't stable. So holding the pot on Lynn and Lynn's and Biden trying to keep the pot on Lynn and Lynn's popping up. And they said that the messengers are going to they're going to so having information he doesn't care. He wants the whole thing to go complete. He really wants so they can take over. So he's busy. I know cameras now. See that. Okay. So, hey, Kevin, good to see you here. how if Barr is Hey, everybody. Well, my internet went out completely, I guess, or I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I'm here on my phone for a minute. Sorry about that. Took me a while to log on in my phone because, of course, you have to do an authentication and everything else. Um, I thought it was just StreamYard, but it turns out it's my internet. It's been raining here pretty much for many hours, so could be that. But anyway, sorry about that, guys. I can't get StreamYard to come back, so I might have to hang out here on my phone for a minute, but I can't hold this forever, so we may have to call it a night. Let's see, what do you guys? We were singing and drinking beer while you were absent. That's nice. Thank you, guys. That's so nice of you to sing and drink beer. Oh, that's so nice, Nancy. Thank you guys so much. Yes. I don't know what's going on over here, but that's the nature of live feeds and the internet. So I think I'm going to let you guys go. Guys, sorry about that. Hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you for hanging out and waiting for me to come back. I know some of you would have sent the Royal Mounties over here after me to make sure I was okay. Thank you so much. Yes, and it is Mercury retrograde. Absolutely. Absolutely. Much love to you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out for me. I really appreciate it. You guys have a good night. We'll have to do this again sometime. Hope you enjoyed it. Everybody take care, okay? I'll see you guys later.